Hey guys, welcome to the show here on PopCultureNetwork.com. This is Dirt, and I'm bringing you another review of the Comic of the Month Club. Now look at this referral code on the screen. This is not me just trying to make money because I'm doing stuff on the internet, so I want everybody to pay for my lavish lifestyle. When I did the first review, if you remember, I didn't do an affiliate code. I didn't do a referral code. I didn't want anything like that going on because I hadn't done anything with the product yet. I hadn't seen it. I hadn't used it. I hadn't opened one, so I didn't know anything about it. And I wasn't going to tell people, hey, use it, if it wasn't something I hadn't used myself. But guess what? I've used it, and it's awesome. Comic of the Month Club, this is month 3. And we're going to be talking about the books that I've gotten in my new packs. For those of you who've been following along the last couple months doing these reviews, the first month I just wanted to try it out, see how it was. Second month I got both boxes, the collector's box and the regular box. This month again I've got a collector's box and a regular box, but I think I'm actually going to go just with the collector's box from now on. And it's not any problem on the fault of Comic of the Month Club. It's just one, being a little more fiscally responsible. I don't really need 2 boxes of stuff coming, and 2, I have a lot of comics. In fact, I'm probably going to be doing like a giveaway of comics here in a couple weeks, just because I've got boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff sitting around, so I just need to get rid of some. But I am paying attention on Twitter. If you want to reach me on Twitter, you can. My Twitter handle is @PCN_dirt. You can also go to YouTube and follow the live stream. It took me a couple extra minutes to get started this morning, and that was because actually there was a bee in here. Right as I got ready to record, I noticed there was a bee flying around inside my house, and so I swatted at it. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but apparently if you swat at a bee, it makes them angry, and then they want to attack you. I mean, who knew, right? I mean, how can you know what a bee is doing? They're so unpredictable, crazy things. So anyway, nonetheless, here we are. And right down here next to me on the table, you can see, right next to my fat fingers and my trackball here, the Comic of the Month Club boxes. They actually have real, actual printed boxes that they have made for the service now. It used to be they just came in the like Tyvek envelope, but now oh, there's my address. Maybe I should cover that part up. But anyway, I don't know. You can stalk me. I'm pretty cool. Nonetheless, though, here are the boxes. Now, all I've done is I've cut the tape on them, but I haven't actually opened them up and taken a look inside. We're going to do that here on the air, but I thought it'd be nice to show off these boxes. These are sweet-looking boxes. First of all, it has the logo on there. You've got the URL, find us on Facebook on this side, same thing over here, but this is a nice, strong, it looks like the same type of box quality you get from like a Loot Crate or something like that, so it's going to keep all your stuff safe inside the box there, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of neat seeing this box sitting on your front porch waiting for you when you get home. To know that you've got a box full of comics. Now, like I said, one of these is the collector's box, one is the regular box, but they're both, as far as I know, they're both labeled the same and everything. Yeah, that's me printed. They come from Evansville, Indiana. So, all right, Indiana. Represent. So I don't know which box is which here, but we're going to open it up and take a look. So with our first box, we have the Comic of the Month Club letter. And on here, thank you for your subscription to the Comic of the Month Club. We customized this package just for you. For those of you who don't remember what Comic of the Month Club is all about, the idea is that, you know, like a Loot Crate or any of those types of things where you're, you know, getting a mystery package in the mail of stuff, they're going to send you a box of comics. But you get to go in and say, I want older stuff, I want newer stuff. You can say I want Superman and Batman, or you can say I want Avengers West Coast and Animal Man, you know, like whatever. They've got a bunch of different categories, and you tick off the ones that you want, and so then they customize the box for you in particular, so you're going to get stuff that you want, which is so great, because I've used some of the other comic box clubs, and it's just like you get a bunch of random stuff, and it's usually liquidation stuff. It's usually the stuff, from old warehouses and comic stores that have gone under, and it's a lot of Image stuff from the 90s. It's a lot of Marvel stuff from the late 90s that you get in there. So this is the key thing about them is that they do personalize. So this box has been customized just for you. New packaging. We have updated, expanded our preferences, so you can change your preferences at any time. So, of course, you can go to the website and mark off, like I said, the stuff that you want, stuff you don't want. Next month, we'll be offering themes as part of our preferences, so users will be able to subscribe to a horror box, a kids box, an obscure box, etc. We haven't finalized our ideas yet, so let us know. And they do have email, ComicOfTheMonth.Club@gmail.com. We are always striving for more books, more titles, more publishers. We are considering offering collectibles, offering a box of all new comics as a new. Okay, so maybe there's a possibility that they'll add something similar to a Loot Crate style, where you get some comics and then you get keychains or whatever with it. But for me, I just want the comics. So that's what I'm here for, is the comics and nothing but the comics. So. Here is my bundle of books, and it's face down, so that helps with the mystery a little bit more. Set this box aside, and this must be my collector's box, because you can see right here on top we've got an old Action Comics. Oh, and this, I just realized that the bubble wrap, it's not just wrapped and taped. This is a bubble wrap envelope. There's some sticky stuff here at the top, and the issues are slid in there, so that's cool. That is nifty packaging. All right, let's see, flip all these books face up. Yeah. All right, so we've got Action Comics, and this is, man, what year is this? This is definitely old. This is a 12-cent. We've got the checkerboard up across the top. So what is that, 70s maybe, mid 70s? And see there's a booster gold underneath, which is awesome. I love booster gold, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's take a look at this bad boy here. Slide them out. Action Comics. This is number 349, 1967. Wow. So that is cool, and it does have that. It does have that old book smell. If you've been around old paperback books, old comics, it's kind of like a musty, papery smell. But look at that. That is, now it's not, obviously it's not a 10.0. We got some creasing along there. I mean, this is part of a box, but look at the inside. That is in pretty good condition. There's no watermarks. There's no stains. The colors are pretty vibrant. The pages have some yellowing, but that's to be expected. Yeah, wow. That overall, there's a little bit of rolling on it, but otherwise that is in pretty good condition, especially for, like I said, a box like this where they're sending you a whole bunch of stuff for one set price. That is pretty cool. Now, my preferences when I filled mine out, basically I like a lot of the DC stuff. Also, if you've been watching this channel, stuff like old Captain America's and Avengers West Coast and stuff like that. But Booster Gold definitely fits in there. I've always been a fan of the character. Dan Jurgens, when I got to interview him for Pop Culture Network at C2E2 a couple years ago, great guy. Definitely loves the character of Booster Gold. And I'm going to bet, now I've not taken a look at this, but I'm going to bet that the issue underneath this is another Booster Gold, and this is number 15. I'm going to bet number 16 is right there. Yes! All right. This is another thing I love about Comic of the Month Club. They will send you sequential issues if they've got them. So this is probably from someone's old collection, or run-a-back issues that they bought from an old store or whatever to make part of the club. But you can see I've got 15 and 16 sequential numbered books. So you get more of the story than just reading a one-off issue. And that is so cool. I love that. And like I said, I love Booster Gold. So that is... oh, and there's another one! Number 18. Okay, so we missed a 17. So next time I go to a comic convention, I'm going to have to look for Booster Gold 17 just to fill that gap. But we've got 15, 16, 18. Awesome. Peter Parker, spectacular. Now, I love the black suit Spider-Man era. That post Secret Wars era before, Venom was born, when he was still in there. I've gotten some from Comic of the Month Club before. This is super cool. Is there another one? There is. All right. So 101, 105. So they weren't able to do sequential here, but they are close together. So 101 and 105. But still, I love this era. This was a great era of Spider-Man and comics. So I love that. And Avengers West Coast, West Coast Avengers. As I was speaking earlier, I've been going to shows and just buying stuff out of the dollar boxes. These are books that I read when I was younger, but I have since sold off, so I don't own them anymore. But I love these books. I love these old stories, and so here we got 9 and 10. So again, the sequential numbering, fantastic. And then what do we have under here? We have number 13. All right, cool. So again, they weren't able to do a complete, run, but they are close together, 9, 10, and 13. So that is cool. So that's the first box from the Comic of the Month. And again, this is the set of the older books. So we've got that old Action Comics on there. That is cool. These are some great books. I love getting these. And again, there's nothing in here I'm not going to read. Every single thing in here is something I'm interested in and something I want to read. So that is fantastic. All right, so we've got a second box here. So let's take a look at the second box. This is going to be the regular Comic of the Month Club then, instead of the collectors. Once again, we have the letter. And the Comic of the Month here. This is Batman. Let's see. This is Batman: The New Adventures. I remember this era as well. Oh, I'm so old. This is the Jason Todd era. I can remember that much. And let's see here. Let's see. Collector's book is Batman 410 from August 1987. This book features an awesome Two-Face appearance and the origin of the Jason Todd Robin. Awesome. Now, I remember this era of books because the Batman New Adventures, I don't know if any of you grew up around a KB Toys, but KB Toys used to have reprints of a lot of books from this time period, Batman and Superman stuff that they used to throw out there, the post Crisis, the Legends era stuff. So that is super cool. I don't know what the current value is on this book, but again, it looks in pretty good shape. I'm looking at the spine here. There's only just a little bit of white on the spine. Otherwise, it all looks in pretty good condition, good corners, everything like that. So that is cool. Captain Atom. Wow, I love Captain Atom. Captain Atom is one of those characters right now. They're doing the Fall and Rise of Captain Atom. If you are not reading that series, it is definitely one to check out if you love these legacy characters of the DC universe. And Captain Atom, a lot of these books are just now coming to digital, so you do have the possibility of going on to something like Comixology and reading these. I think for the past year they've been putting out Captain Atom. You get a couple issues every week. I think they're 99 cents or $1.99, whatever. But this is so awesome to see here. And we've got issue 14 and issue 15 here. So that is, oh, and there's another one underneath. And issue 16. All right, so here we can see they were able to do all three sequentially. 14, 15, and 16 all together in one awesome run. This is so cool. And again, I'm going to read these. I love this. These are books I'm going to sit and read. And now more West Coast Avengers, Avengers West Coast. And I can see I kind of knocked them off the side here. But so it kind of ruined the surprise kind of quickly there. But as you can see, it is 56, 57, and 58. So another run of sequential issues. Again, it's so awesome because, a lot of times you'll get one issue in one of these packs and you're like, oh, okay, whatever. But the fact that I've got 3 here in a row, just like with Captain Atom, just like what we saw with some of the other books, this makes it so much nicer to sit down and read those old stories and waste an afternoon. And Green Hornet, I did put on the list that I wanted some Green Hornet. It's been a while since I've read some Green Hornet. I've always loved Green Hornet. This is the annual from 1992, back in the Now Comics era. These are the same people that did Ralph Snart, and they even did the Married with Children comic. I think they were doing the Terminators also for a while. The Terminator Future War was from Now. So again, cool. I love that, and it's something, like I said, I put on the list that I wanted to read some Green Hornet for no reason in particular, really, just because I felt like it on the day I filled out the form. And then after this, so Now is one of the weird oddball things that they throw in there, and we saw this last month. They threw in a Dracula thing with the cover that looked like a National Enquirer. This is Monster Club number 6. I've actually never even heard of this. I'm going to open this. Whoa. And that's why you have to balance things, folks. That's why you don't put a stack of stuff on a box and put it on the edge of your desk and not pay attention. I'm going to rebag this anyway. This bag that it's in is it's like 1 mil. I mean, it is so thin. It's going to have to be rebagged and boarded anyway, but I'm used to that. I always have bags and boards at the ready. In fact, I will grab one right here. Whoop. I always have blank bags and boards ready. This is, gosh, Monster Club number 6. It's $3.50, which is pretty expensive for low budget, or from I don't mean low budget. I mean indie comics. Art by Kit Wallace. That looks familiar. That does look familiar. From AP Comics. April 2003. AP Comics in the UK. That is interesting. Like I said, I don't know if I've ever heard of them before. 2003 was actually a time period I wasn't buying a lot of comics. So just because we had just bought a house and moved in, and shortly thereafter started having kids, so it was an era that just wasn't buying a lot of comics. So that's cool. Not familiar with this at all, but I've talked to him by email a couple times, and I've told him that I'm pretty fine with whatever they're going to send, and getting some oddball stuff like this, even though it's something I'm not familiar with and I don't really know anything about. Again, it's something new. I have been reading comic books technically since I was 2 years old. Was the first time my mom ever bought me a comic book. Went to a newsstand and she let me just grab one off the rack, and I grabbed an issue of Flash, 1978. In fact, I do have it right here. Well, this is not the actual copy, because the actual copy got the cover ripped off years ago. But I bought another copy and put it in a shell here. This comic right here, this issue of Flash. This is the first comic I ever had as a child, and I picked out the one with the Lady in the Nightgown on the cover, or Iris in her bedclothes. So I was going for a little negligee action early on in my life. But this is Flash 265. So years later, I bought this copy just to have a nice one to put in a shell to put on display. But this is actually the first comic I ever had as a child. And so I've been reading technically since then, but really for the last 20 some odd years, I've been reading comics pretty regularly. Worked at a couple different comic book stores, so I got rid of most of them when my son was born, because you have a kid, you got to pay bills and all that kind of stuff, and so they worked for that. But now that I'm older, the kids are grown up, and I'm doing all this great stuff, like making all this money off of YouTube, getting some of the stuff back. So these kits, these Comic of the Month Club boxes are fantastic. It's a great way to get some stuff. Some of the stuff I've read before, but I want to read again, and I don't have them anymore as part of my collection. But you can put in there, let's say your entire life you've only read Marvel and you want to try to get into some DC. You can go in and put Batman, Superman, Justice League, Wonder Woman, and that's what they'll send you. And so you will get those issues. You can start reading those characters. And like you saw here today, you get several of them in a run, 2 or 3 of them together. And that gives you a nice, chunk of reading that you can do. And so, I think it's just a fantastic value for what you're getting. Like I said, I threw up the affiliate code because I want you guys to try it. I want people to try. I want them to be happy buying this stuff. Like I said, I've done other comic box groups before, and like I said, you get a lot of stuff that you don't want to read because it's all random, and you end up with, you know, a couple issues of Lady Rawhide, you know, and some weird Vampirella, you know, whatever, and you know, it's just stuff that I'm never going to read those. You know, it's kind of annoying, and some of them were even they were water damaged, and they had you know, marks on them where I'm assuming someone sweated on them and warped them and made them all nasty. These are all in good quality. They're nice books, and again, they're tailored to you, and that's why I throw up the affiliate. I'm not making money off of this. Let me also throw that out there. By giving you this link and this affiliate, they're not sending me cash. If anything, I might get a little bit of deduction on ordering my boxes, but I'm still ordering my boxes. This may help with ordering more boxes, but I am not getting money off of this. So don't think I'm trying to get rich off of getting you guys to sign up for the club, and I'm just giving this spiel because I want everyone to sign up. This is not like a Netflix thing where I'm going to get, you know, 2% cash of whatever your value of signing up or subscribing, whatever. It's nothing like that. You know, so don't think that I'm just doing this for the money and then I'm just giving you a review because I just want to get something out of it. That's not what this is about. I love the comics that I'm getting in these boxes. And again, this is all stuff that I'm going to read. This is stuff that I'm going to enjoy. This is stuff that technically I picked and I told them I wanted. And so that's why they're sending it to me. So it's a great value. It's great stuff. And I'm just going to throw that out there. And someone is asking the question of how much is that Batman worth? I don't know how much the Batman is worth. The Batman was the comic of the month in the other box. I'm not sure. I mean, you can look it up. I mean, maybe let's just do a search here real quick, see if we can find it. It was Batman 410. Let's take a look on mycomicshop.com, and we'll also open eBay. We'll compare the two. We'll compare the two and see. Let's see. Okay, so there's some range, of course. The issue fine plus. Okay, here we go. All right, so on eBay, near mint, $25. Here's another one on eBay, near mint, $18.49. If we go to mycomicshop.com, and again, let's see, fine, very fine, fine. They don't have any high-grade qualities on my comic shop. So, all right, so it's a little more difficult to get a hold of in as good a quality as what we have here. But yeah, it looks like if it's mint, near mint as that was, like I said, there was just a little bit of white on the spine, but otherwise it was in really good condition. I mean, you're looking about a $20 book that was in that box. So that's cool. And again, I don't know what the value on all of these are. I haven't looked all of them up, but still, that is pretty good. $20 book in the middle of your stuff there. But like I said, it's one that I want to read. And I have read it before, you know, like I said, but it's stuff that's no longer in my collection, and I'm just rebuilding that stuff, throwing it back in there. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget, popculturenetwork.com. We've got some toy review videos going up today from Nick Ochoa. He sent a couple of them in, so we'll space them a little bit throughout the day. If you just want to see the comic stuff, you can go to ineedcomics.com, part of the Pop Culture Network. And tonight will be the Comic Book Chronicles podcast with theclicknation.com. I'll be working with those guys doing another episode. 2 years now, I think, or 3, 4. 2013 we started that show. Okay, so it's been a while on that one. You can go to thatnewtoysmell.com if you just want to see the toy stuff. But like I said, popculturenetwork.com, that's the hub where you can find everything. You can also find us, again, Twitter, Facebook, Google+. We're on Tumblr. We have a Tumblr page somebody set up. There's an official Facebook group if you want to go in. One thing, you know, if you buy a lot of comics, In the official Pop Culture Network group on Facebook, we actually, every week, guys take pictures of all the comics they bought that week and show them off. And sometimes it opens some discussion about what's happening in comics. So it's pretty cool. If you want to see what other people are collecting and buying, we post them there too. So make sure you check out all that great stuff at popculturenetwork.com. That's going to do it for it. That's going to do it for me. That's going to do me for it. That's going to do, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm out of words. I've said everything I'm going to do. But don't forget, go to ComicOfTheMonth.Club. Use the referral code DIRT. You're not making me rich, but you're getting a great deal on buying comics every month. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.